Hello guys, welcome to another lesson on our series on chord extensions. Today we are going to be talking about ninth chords. So we'll be looking at different types of ninth chords, the ones that are very common, how we apply them, how you can extend your chords and all of that. I hope I'll be able to do justice to it. It's a bit broad, right? But I'll see what we can do in this tutorial. Alright, so what are ninth chords? Ninth chords are simply chord extensions that are formed by adding the ninth degree of your scale. Alright, so an already existing chord. So let's say we have a seventh chord, any of the seventh chord. If you add a ninth, you have extended it to become a ninth. Alright, so you should be familiar with your intervals also, because you could also think of it as adding your ninth interval to your already existing seventh chord. So looking at the C major scale, I remember I mentioned in the last lesson on seventh chord, I mentioned that we are going to number, when we are dealing with extensions, we number the first two octaves of our scale, right? So starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is our ninth note. Right? So if I take a C major seventh chord and I add the ninth, it becomes a C major ninth. So that's how easy it is to extend chords or to build a ninth chord. In this case now, a C major ninth chord. You understand? So now, going back to our intervals, there are three types of ninths. You have the normal ninths, right? And you have the sharp ninth and the flat ninth. So, when we are calculating intervals, we don't ignore. For instance, I just counted now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But doing that, I kind of ignored the black keys. So we don't ignore them always when we are looking at chord extensions. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a sharp 9. 9, this is a flat 9. So look at that same major ninth chord. If I play this, it becomes a major sharp 9. And if I play this, it becomes a major with a flat 9, a major 7 with a flat 9. So just major, C major flat 9, C major sharp 9, C major 9. Alright, so I have a lesson on intervals. Make sure you've gone through that before coming here, so you are not confused. Alright, so those are the three types of ninths we have: the normal ninths, the sharp ninth or the raised ninth, and the flat ninths. Alright, now let's look at the different types of ninth chords that we can form. And we're going to be starting with the added ninths. So I remember in the last lesson on seventh chords, I said the reason why I was teaching seventh chords is because before you can extend your chord to 9th, 11th, and 13th and add the other extensions, a seventh must be present. Now if I take that same C major ninth chord and I omit the seventh, it gives me a C add 9. So this is different from the other extensions or the other ninth chords that we have. You understand? So it's actually not really or necessarily considered an extension. Right, so in order for you to get an extension of the major chord, right, you need to have a seventh there. But if you omit the seventh, you just have a C major chord with an added ninth note. That's basically what it is. A C major chord with an added ninth note. Alright, so you can play it up here or you can play it down here. And you can call it an add 2, but it is more correctly called an add 9, right? Because in the actual sense of it, how you build chords is kind of, think of it like you from here you jump one note, jump one note, jump one note, jump one note. You understand? So whether this ninth is here or here, it's a 9. So even when you miss the seventh, it is a C add 9. Alright, so that's it. Add 9s are the first type of ninth chords that we're looking at in this lesson. So I have another tutorial where I expanded on on add 9s. Right, so I think I've done justice to it in that other tutorial, so it's somewhere above. Just click on it and to learn more and to know. Right, so I think I also talked about how to drop 2 voicings of your add 9. So that's one thing I really love to do with my add 9s. Alright, so just know basically that an add 9 is basically a 9th chord when you omit the 7th. So if you omit the 7th from a 9th chord, it gives you an add 9, and that's all. Now, I already showed you the major ninth, right? So when you have a major 7th, you add a 9th. I said it can be a sharp 9, a flat 9, however, right? We could also have a minor 9, so minor 7, minor 9th. So the minor and the major have the same ninth, right? So major ninth, minor ninth. So the minor could also have a minor flat 9, but the minor doesn't have a minor sharp 9. That's because if I take this ninth chord and I try to sharpen it gets me back to my minor third, right? It's my minor third. You understand? So we only have the minor ninth or the minor flat 9. So you could also extend a dominant chord, right? A C7, that's a C dominant 7th, and add a 9th. It gives you a dominant 9th. So for the dominants, we could also have a dominant 9, the dominant sharp 9, or the dominant flat 9. So you could also have a diminished 7th. Adding the 9th, you have a diminished 9th. You have a diminished flat 9, but you can't have a diminished sharp 9 also, because if you take this, it gets us back to our third. Right? So you could also have an augmented 7, augmented 9, sharp 9, flat 9. You could also have we have the minor 7 flat 5. So here is going to be minor. Now remember, minor 7 before the flat 5. So if you add a 9, it's now going to be minor 9 flat 5. Do you understand? So it's because it's like it's a minor 9 chord, but you flatten the 5. So we have a minor flat 9 flat 5. Don't be confused. But then again, you can't have anything minor, you can't have a sharp 9, because the sharp 9 is going to give you your third, your minor third. Alright, so those are some of the types of ninth chords that we have. Now let's look at diatonic chord extensions, or diatonic ninth chords. Alright, so now the C major scale is a diatonic scale. Alright, and when I say play chords that are diatonic to the key of C, what I mean is that you should play chords that only utilize the notes that are in the C major scale. I hope that's not confusing. So the C major scale, a diatonic scale. So when you form chords using only this scale, meaning you don't go out of this scale, those chords you play are diatonic chords. So these are our diatonic chords on the key of C. Alright, those are our diatonic chords. I mean, those are the chords that you play using only the notes. So if I did something on this, like this on key of C, you can see I've gone out of the key here. What I'm playing now is called a secondary dominant chord. I think I have another lesson for that. So referring you to previous lessons in this tutorial, right? So this now is not a diatonic chord. It's not a chord that is diatonic to the key of C. Do you understand? Yeah. So now when we now talk about diatonic chord extensions, we are talking about extending these same chords, this do, re, mi, fa, sol, right? So extending these chords, but only using the diatonic scale, right? Only using notes that are part of the C major scale. You understand? So let's look at how we can extend our diatonic chords, diatonic chord extensions. You understand? So the C major chord is our one on the key of C, right? So to extend it, to play diatonic extension, we would play just the C major 9. You can see that every note we use here is in the key of C, or is from the C major scale. Alright, so now I think the main issue in playing chord extension is not really understanding the extension, actually it's voicing the extension. So if I had this, okay, this is my C major 9, how do I voice this? Alright, so there's only so much I can teach you. You have to go on your own and then look for how to voice this chord. Well, I would voice the C major chord like this, C major 9th chord like this. Right? Could also voice it like this. So that's my C major 9. So instead of sticking to triads that can be boring sometimes, you can extend it, play 9th, C major 9th, and it's diatonic. So moving on to the second degree, it's a minor chord, D minor. So instead of playing a D minor triad, I want to extend it and play it 9, so I'll play a D minor 9, right? So that's going to be, it's my D minor 9th. Right? D minor. Okay, remember now you can think about the the D minor scale to understand this perfectly. So D minor, this is the 7th of the D minor scale, and this is the 9th. So voicing this, I could do so you could take note of how I'm voicing it to use it as something you can start with. Alright? Then my third is also a minor. Let me see if I want to voice this as E minor 9. Let's see how E minor 9 is. This is E minor 7 and 9. Now this is not diatonic, right? Because this note is not what? It's not diatonic to the C major scale. So what I'm going to do in order to get a perfect diatonic chord is what? I'm going to play a E minor flat 9. This one is diatonic. Hope you're understanding it now. So I could also voice it like this. It's my E minor flat 9. So the F major 9 is diatonic. So with so the saw. Now your 5, your saw is a dominant chord. So the diatonic chord is going to be like a dominant 7th, right? A dominant 9. If you try to play a major 9, of course it's not diatonic. So to get a perfectly diatonic chord for your 5, you play a dominant 9. I hope that's clear. Alright? So this is what I'll play for my G dominant 9. Right? So I've extended it. And my 6, A minor 9, I could also voice it like this. Alright, and lastly, my T, my 7, it's a diminished chord. So adding, now I could play this, okay, I have a half diminished chord, a minor 7 flat 5. Now if I add the normal 9th, so that's a minor 9 flat 5, you can see it is not diatonic. So I'm going to flatten the 9th. So I'm playing a minor flat 9 flat 5. And so what we've just done is we've been able to successfully extend to the 9th degree all our diatonic chords. Alright, so even without playing anything that's hard or using any note outside the C major scale, you can now sound professional when you play, and instead of just playing normal triad. So let's look at applications. So I'm going to play this song using only triads and then play it using the 9th extension. So great are you, Lord, greatly to be praised, greatly to be praised. Father, you reign, great are you, Lord, greatly to be praised, greatly to be praised. Father, you reign. Now with extensions. Great are you, Lord, greatly to be praised, greatly to be praised. Father, you reign. Great are you, Lord, greatly to be praised. And then the passing chord that was not diatonic, but pardon me. Greatly to be praised. Father, you reign. One more time. Great are you, Lord, greatly to be praised, greatly to be praised. Father, you reign. Great are you, Lord, greatly to be praised, greatly to be praised. Father, you reign. So you can see that just by using these diatonic extensions I showed you, I was able to spice up the songs with the 9th chords, right? Nothing much, nothing out of key, but I was able to play my 1 as a major 9. Great are you, Lord. I played at 9th, right? So these chords, like I said, I've taught them in my some other previous lesson. So go check it out. This is the drop 2 voicing of 9 chords. Yeah, greatly to be praised. So D minor 9, greatly to be praised. F major 9, Father you reign. C major 9, great are you Lord. G at 9, greatly to be praised. G minor 9, E minor flat 9, greatly to be praised. Father, okay, I'm out of the key, but Father you reign. So now let's look at these 9th chords again, going out of the key. That's playing 9th chords that might not exactly be diatonic to the key. Let's start with dominant chords. Now this is something that most of you have already been applying already. When you play your 7, 3, 6, for instance, your 7, you're using dominant chords, right? And you're playing these chords that are not diatonic to the key. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to add a 9. So this is a dominant 7. So with dominant 7, you could add a 9th. Alright, so I've taught in another previous lesson that one cool way you can play these dominant chords. I hope you understand how to use dominant chords by now. If you are watching this, please, you guys, go through my lessons. Alright, so one way I like to use it is by adding the flat 9. Right, so if I'm going to play dominant, I could do this is the dominant flat 9 for my 7. So I could play the chord like this. So dominant flat 9. So what I do there, this is a C dominant with a flat 9. You know what, I'm just going to put that video up here again. Please go and check it out. That's how you can use dominant flat 9s. I know I've taught that in one previous lesson. So another chord you can use is the major 9. So instead of playing my 5 as a dominant, you could play it as a major 9 sometimes. Alright, so I could just be playing Yahweh. Instead of playing just this, I could play it as a major 9. Yahweh. So I like this chord, the G, playing your 5 as a major 9. That's one really nice sound. Alright, so you could also play like a major 9 with your 2. Alright, so you don't have to always play diatonic. So if you have a 2, 5, 1, you could also do a 2. Using 9th chords on my 2, I played a major 9, a dominant 9, and chord extensions. Yeah, so yeah, these are some 9th chords. This is how you can use 9th chords to spice up your play. This is just supposed to be an eye opener to you, to tell you that you don't exactly have to play boring chords, boring triads. So go beyond that, explore 9th chords. Thanks for watching. I might do 1 or 2 more short lessons on some of these 9th chords, and just pick 1 or 2 of them and look at really cool ways to voice them and to play them. But this is an overview, I think, of 9th chords and what they are and how you can use them to enjoy your play. Alright, so thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. God bless you.